Hey y'all, it's Bear, and today I'm here to build my end of the year TBR. I'm doing a tag that was created by my friend Margaret over at the channel The Word Nerd. I will link the original video and Margaret's channel downstairs. Make sure you go follow her. But basically, we have like 10 questions that we're going to answer about books that we want to read before the end of the year, and this is going to be like build your own TBR. It's pretty simple. Like, these are books that I, by doing this video, am committing to reading by December 31st, 2021. Number 1, what is a new release that you need to get to by the end of the year? I am going to say The Witch King by H.E. Edgman. I haven't been picking up as many new releases in 2021, I think primarily because I'm trying to work through my backlist, but this is one that I've been very interested in reading. I also know that the author is seminal, and I believe in an interview that I watched them do with my friend Audrey, they mentioned the themes of colonization and colonialism and stuff like that run really deep through this book, so I'm excited to read it. I'm planning on reading it for the Indigathon, so if you're interested in buddy reading it for the Indigathon, let me know. That's November. It's coming. The announcement video is coming. Number 2, what is a book that you want to reread? For that, I'm going to say R.L. Stein's The Babysitter. I have a point horror, vintage, Fear Street, Christopher Pikey reading vlog, sort of 24-hour thing planned for October, and this is one that I'm very excited to get to. I remember this scaring me so bad whenever I was 12. It's about a babysitter who takes on a babysitting job and starts to get mysterious phone calls of people calling her babes and saying like that they're watching her. She starts to get stalked. Apparently it's a 4-book series. When did that happen? Number 3, what is a series you want to continue with? I'm gonna say the Pokemon Avengers manga. I have the Ruby and Sapphire run, and I've just been wanting to read it for a while. I kind of fell off of reading like short manga, and I've just been reading longer manga because I like using this as a palette cleanser. I think this would be good to break up books, so I'm excited to read it. I kind of want to squeeze it in for September, but it's probably not going to happen, so I might try and pump some out in like October. We'll see what happens, but the Pokemon Adventures manga is one that I definitely want to continue. Next, what is the book that you'd like to buddy read? I am gonna say Lakewood by Megan Giddings. This is a birthday gift from my birthday twin, Destiny, and we plan on buddy reading it. And this follows a young black millennial who, in order to help support her parents, ends up taking on a job at this secret facility that does medical research experiments, and you can kind of see where that is going. The comp titles on the Dutch jacket are half Handmaid's Tale, half The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks, and I think it's going to be really interesting. I have read a couple of medical horrors before, but never anything that was like a straight up medical horror. Next, what's a book in an age category or a genre that you don't normally read that you want to get to by the end of the year? The answer for this is always going to be nonfiction. I do not read as much nonfiction as I would like, and I'm making it a point to try and squeeze more in, but the one that's sticking out in my head really lately that I want to read is Calling My Spirit Back by Elaine Alec. This is a self-help guidance kind of memoir situation about indigenous healing and how Elaine pulled herself out of a very, very dark place. I said I was going to read it last year for the Indigathon, and it didn't happen because I was doing 31 days of content. Michelle and I were pumping out daily Instagram posts and everything, so we didn't have a whole lot of time to read, actually. So I'm excited that we're kind of taking it a lot more chill this year, and I'm excited to read this one. Next, what's a book from a previous TBR that you want to read by the end of the year? Continuing on my failed 2020 Indigathon TBR, I'm going to be reading This Town Sleep by Dennis E. Staples. This follows a queer Ojibwe man. He has a secret relationship with a closeted white man, and one night the ghost of a dog leads them to the grave of this Ojibwe basketball player, and they realize that he was murdered. Pretty far into it last year, you can see my page, but I really enjoyed it. I think it's a good atmospheric read, and this is one I think that will be a good spooky book leading into Indigathon, so I can read it toward the end of October, I guess. Next, what's a book that you recently acquired or purchased? And for that, I have another birthday gift here. That is my best friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. This was sent to me by Ash, who sent me a couple other books, so thank you so much. This takes place in 1988 and follows 2 best friends, one of whom gets possessed, and the other who has to deal with that and figure out how she can save her friend. Everyone and their mom on the internet loves Grady Hendrix, but specifically TikTokers love this book. The reason that I added this book to my wish list was because a TikToker pitched it as like a 1980s Jennifer's Body, and like that's all you have to tell me for me to be in it. Like, I am so excited for this. Next question, what's a book that's on your physical TBR? I have one that was a gift from Will. That is The Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker. This is my Patreon book club pick for October. More information on that downstairs if you are interested. I picked this one because I love the film Hellraiser so much. I'm not too keen on all the sequels, but the first one is fantastic. And And recently, I've been getting more and more into the lore of Hellraiser, I guess because of Dead by Daylight. Pinhead was recently put into the game as part of a DLC paragraph, and I'm so excited. If you're not familiar with the concept of Hellraiser or the Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker, follows this man named Frank who is like a pleasure seeker, so he finds this box, right? And if you solve the puzzle of the box, then it summons these Cenobites, which are like BDSM sex demons with body modifications, and they like fuck you up. So he does that, and then Frank's wife Julia figures out a way to bring him back, but he's not going to come back the same. What is a hyped book you want to read? And this one got a lot of pre-release hype, and I haven't seen as many people talk about it since it came out, but that is Phoenix Extravagant by Yoon Ha Lee. Phil is a person I believe who is poor and homeless who gets hired to paint magical sigils onto the government's mech dragons, and they decide that they are going to steal it. This one was also a gift from Angel a while ago, so thank you so much to Angel for sending it to me. Like I said, I heard a lot of early hype for this, but not a lot since then, so I'm still counting it because it was a hyped up 2021 release. Finally, what's a book that you previously DNF'd? I'm going to say 100 Fathoms Below by Stephen L. Kent and Nicholas Kaufman. This is an underwater submarine historical fiction vampire horror. Good words, right? Those are good words. And I was enjoying my time with it, but I put it down for something else. It was for a secret TBR video that got scrapped. I'm terrified of the deep ocean and fascinated by the deep ocean at the same time. I also love vampires. They are one of my favorite things in horror. So this is just like a recipe for me to love it. I'm going to try and squeeze it in for spooky season. And if not, I'll get to it in December. But this one, I feel like I really enjoyed my time with, and I think it could be a lot more hype than it is. Finally, who do you tag? So I'm going to tag some people down below. If you're down there, I've tagged you. If you haven't gotten tagged and you want to do this, feel free to say I tagged you. Tag, you're it. Alright, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can leave it a thumbs up, subscribe, share, hit the bell, all of that good shit, as well as answer the comment question of the day. Comment question of the day. I want to know a book that you previously DNF'd throughout the year that you want to get to at the end of this year, or just a book that you want to read by the end of 2021. If you don't have time, you don't have the spoons, you don't have an answer, you can let me know you made it all the way until the end of the video by leaving me an emoji, preferably a yellow heart or a smiley face emoticon. All my social media links, as well as everything I've mentioned and places you can support me further, will be downstairs if you want to go check it out. Also, make sure you are subscribed to Margaret and go watch her original video. Alright, I hope you have a wonderful whatever it is, wherever you are, and I will see you next time with another video. Thank you for watching. Okay, cool. Bye.